So getting ready to pull into Villages of Limerick. And I do think that they have a pool and playground. It's definitely listed as having one. So this is the neighborhood that I thought did have one. So Drayton is right here at the very beginning of the neighborhood. So you're not having to go far into it. And then the house is here on the right. So this is going to be one direct neighbor, and then folks across the street. So I will start again as soon as I get out. All right, guys, so I just walked out the front door. So this neighborhood is going to be a little different than the last. They do have sidewalks, street lights. Driveway is pretty short, so you know, my car almost takes up the whole thing. So if you have multiple cars, that's one thing that I would definitely point out. Front yard is also pretty shallow, but overall the house looks great. So I don't see any damages that stand out. The window screens do have some wear, but in terms of the vinyl, gutters, things like that, I don't see anything damaged. You've got brick on the front, and then the sides are going to be vinyl. It does need to be pressure washed, so I did notice up at the front porch, and then I can see on the fascia boards here that it does need to be pressure washed. This unit over here is so loud. It's the neighbor's AC unit. Coming to the other side, so once again, front porch looks great. You can see up top there it does need to be pressure washed, and then the front door frame does need some paint, some damage down here to the fence, so that would probably need to be fixed at some point, but otherwise looks great. Here's your direct neighbor to the right, and then these fences do connect in between. So heading inside, this is a great floor plan. This is one of Dryden's homes. This whole neighborhood is Dryden built. So you can see the front door. Front door needs to probably be painted or could be painted, and then the frame as well could use a fresh coat. But as you come inside, you enter through, and there is a 2-story foyer. So walk straight in, and you've got your stairs here at the front. To the right is just kind of a flex room. I've seen this used in an office, playroom, media room, multiple uses with that. This paint in here is flat, so flat paint is super hard to clean. So I would say that, you know, you would probably want to repaint this room. You can see a little bit of marker over there, but otherwise the room looks good. There are some seams, just regular wear and tear, and then some separation up at the crown as well from the home settling. So you can see it over there in that corner. Once again, you know, just paint. They have painted some of the other walls. This one's probably just original. So I'm going to go this way and take us into the living room. Really, really good size living room. I know this furniture doesn't look very big, but it is bigger than most. It's very deep. So pretty big furniture, and there's still plenty of space in here. That looks to be a gas fireplace over there. And then crown molding does continue throughout. Floors overall look good in here. I don't see any major damages. I would say that the that doesn't have any damage. So I would say probably, you know, just wear and tear back here, and then you can see some light coming through, which an inspector will catch the weather stripping there. But overall, things look great in the living room. Probably touch up paint in here too. You've got a great coat closet, but just paint here and there. You can see down here, the home's just been lived in. So coming through into the kitchen, so eat-in area would be here. That's a pretty large table for, you know, an eat-in space, and there's still plenty of room. There is some separation on this threshold here, so I will point that out. But the tile in here is ceramic, so that's nice. It's not vinyl. And then kind of dark in here, but all the lights are on. So really, really big kitchen. So it does feel a little dark in here to me. And a lot of these homes now, they've got can lights that just provide some additional lighting. I think maybe if these blinds were open, it would definitely help. But kitchen is huge. So you've obviously got granite countertops over here on the right side, stainless steel dishwasher, granite countertops, your stainless steel microwave and stove, and then fridge island here. So everything overall looks great. Back here is your pantry, which is huge. So absolutely love the pantry size. Once again, I think that this is probably the original paint, this yellow. So I would say you can see, you know, plenty of places where it could be touched up or just repainted. I don't know if they just cooked right before I got here, but there is a food smell. So I'm not sure if that would go away with time and cleaning, but I do smell a slight, it just smells like spices. Drop zone here, right off the garage. So I've seen some people put in some built-ins and things like that here. Really good use of space. And then here is your 2-car garage. So pretty standard. All right, I'm gonna head to the backyard before I go up. So one big difference that you'll find between Ludowici and Hinesville or Midway is a lot of times the yards are going to be smaller, but this is still a great size yard. So you can see fully fenced in all the way around. This seems to be that neighbor's fence, just with the way that the fence is facing. So they tapped onto this one and then just did the 3 sides, and then this one is probably with this house. So backyard's, like I said, a great size. Pressure washing back here, but otherwise I don't really see any damages that stand out. The door could use a little bit of love, but that's, you know, purely cosmetic. There are 2 AC units out here just with the size of the house. So there is some weed whacker damage down there. But like I said, overall it looks good. All right, heading up. So you've got a bathroom right here. So it's going to be your downstairs half bath for guests, and you've got a little pedestal sink there. And then your dining room, or what would be considered the formal dining room here. Wainscoting. One thing that is really nice in this neighborhood is some of the upgrades that they've done, you know, trimming out the windows, putting crown, wainscoting, stuff like that is not standard everywhere, especially as the houses evolved, they kind of started to change some. So those are just nice little upgrades and touches there. Heading up the stairs, obviously you've got the wrought iron. There is, you know, once again, I would say that these could probably use touch-ups in terms of paint. The trim overall, I think that I would probably just say paint the trim and paint the walls. I would probably, it's not, the walls are not necessary and neither is the trim, but I think that it could use a fresh coat. Like, I think that would go a long way. So heading up, whenever you first get up here to the left is bedroom number 1. So pretty standard. This is that flat paint. That is a queen size bed, and you can see they've got plenty of room for the nightstands on both sides. And then a nice big walk-in closet. This is on the front of the house. So that is the front. There is no ceiling fan, so it's the standard light that came with it, but they do have both switches. So if you put a ceiling fan in, you've got dual controls. So thermostat, like I said, there's one downstairs, one upstairs, which is nice. Obviously, that's overlooking. Second guest bedroom is here. And once again, I think that's probably a full bed, just to give you an idea of size. Front of the house. They did paint this room, so it is not the flat paint, which is nice. And then just a standard closet. There is, you know, places on the walls. It's a kid's room. So there is that second bedroom. Linen closet is going to be here in the hallway. Full guest bathroom here. So smallish vanity. Some damages to it just from wear and water. This is not tile on the floor, so this is laminate and then regular shower tub combo. This bathroom's a little tight, but nothing too crazy. I do see that up top showing a lot darker on the video than it is in person. So I don't know. It's not wet, but it also has not rained. So there's that. Inspector will look at it, and then it can be, you know, looked at as necessary. Original paint in here. Third bedroom. Are we on 3? Yeah, we're on 3. Third bedroom on the back of the house here. Bigger bed. That's a queen bed. Plenty of room for the nightstand. And then nice walk-in closet there. Same thing. So all of these rooms do have the dual switches. They just haven't installed any fans. Once again, same thing with the trim. A lot of the trim just needs to be touched up with paint. Laundry room here. Original paint in there as well. You've got the laminate flooring. Decent space. It's not like you're going to be able to add a folding station or anything like that, but attic access is going to be here. And then lastly is the master. Master looks to have the same original paint, but it is huge. So king size bed over there, 2 nightstands. You've got tray ceilings. The master does obviously have a fan. Big dresser over there as well. So this floor plan has mounds of storage in it. So you've obviously got, you have got the kind of like office area over here. I'm not sure. It looks like maybe, oh gosh. Okay. Sorry. It looks like they were going to paint over here, maybe, and just didn't get around to it. So original paint there. You've got some crayons on the walls. So here is your first storage area, which is just kind of like another walk-in closet, essentially. And then over here, you have got another walk-in closet, which is huge. So massive space there. And then lastly is your bathroom, which is going to have another walk-in closet here. So the storage is endless. In this floor plan, it's one of my favorite things. I feel like you can never have enough storage, or especially whenever it comes to clothes and things. So shower and tub are separate. That is just a regular soaking tub. It's not jetted. Stand-up shower. And then dual vanities. Here, the mirror is nicely framed out. Drawers in between, which are super nice. There is somewhere, you know, you can see on these. So the kitchen cabinets also had a little bit of wear, but comes with the age of the home. Linen closet and here for towels and such. And then your separate water closet there. So once again, this is an awesome, awesome floor plan. Biggest things I would say are just the paint. Paint throughout the walls and the trim. So one thing that I did want to show you guys going back is the drive to Richmond Hill. So, well, the drive to Richmond Hill and then also kind of where base would be or how you would get there. So it's probably going to be kind of hard to see on video, but I'll do the best I can. So up here, we are going to hit 17, and 17 will take you all the way into Richmond Hill. So that's kind of how I came from Richmond Hill. One big thing that a lot of people don't really know until you're here is there's not much zoning. And so you obviously had that great, really nice neighborhood, and then leading up to it out here, there are a lot of mobile homes and things of that nature. So hopefully you can see kind of right there. They don't necessarily look bad. All of them don't necessarily look bad, but I do like to point it out just to become familiar with the area, especially up here. There's kind of a lot going on at one of these houses. So coming up here, once again, not particularly bad, but I do just kind of, whenever you're not here, I want to make sure that, you know, you guys can see everything that's going on. So there is that. All right, so Midway, I kind of talked about Midway previously and the fact that there is like really nothing here. So Dollar General is right here across the street, so you can see that. If you go left here, that is going to take you into like the town of Midway, and you can get to Fort Stewart that way too. So if you were to go down there and turn right onto 84, that would take you into Hinesville. If you turned left, that would take you to 95. So just to kind of give you an idea, I am heading back to Richmond Hill, so that is kind of just what I was going to show you guys. I know that you mentioned possibly doing daycare, or not daycare, I'm sorry, school in Richmond Hill. So really nothing over here. Obviously, if you're wanting to go to the grocery store and things like that, you would either have to go into Richmond Hill or you would have to go into Hinesville. There is an IGA in both Midway and Ludowisi, but it's kind of one of those places that we never really went unless we like needed milk or something for dinner. So I wouldn't do your standard shopping there. Walmart, I know that you mentioned Publix, so I know that's like your big one, which there will be one in Hinesville and there's one in Richmond Hill. Walmart, there's no Walmart in Richmond Hill, so you would either have to go to Hinesville or Savannah if you wanted to go to Walmart. Same thing for any of the big box stores. So Lowe's, Home Depot, all of those kind of like big names would be Hinesville or Savannah as well. Not a ton to look at here. Going in, I came from the Keller area, and I think it took me about 10 minutes, but 10 minutes from, I'll show you the point up here, but I would say probably like 20 minutes is probably what you're going to be looking at, which, you know, you can obviously MapQuest it as well, and it would give you a more accurate number, but not a whole lot to look at. It's pretty bare here. So up here at this light, that is Leroy Coffer, and so that is another way that you can get to Hinesville. With already being back behind us, I don't know that like I personally would go this way. It would probably come down to whatever's fastest, but if I'm coming from Richmond Hill and going to Hinesville, depending on where I'm going, most times I'm going to take a right up here at this light and go down Leroy Coffer, which then is going to run me into 84. So this kind of left area is kind of in a triangle in between. So a big triangle. This will take you to 95 too. So one good thing about that house is the fact that you are closer. That was one of my biggest qualms with being in Ludowici, was we had to drive through Hinesville, or it just took forever to get to the highway. So that's one nice thing, is to be closer. From here, Richmond Hill is 5 miles. So I won't record all the way in, just because I'm not going all the way into town right now, but you can hopefully get a good idea of kind of what to expect with this video. They are doing development literally everywhere here right now. It is so crazy. So they're developing this land over here on the right. I have no idea what it's going to be, but that is being developed. They're just building. So like I said, if you were to take this road all the way in, this would take you into the town of Richmond Hill. And closest, so kind of like right here before 95, the closest things that you're going to see, there's a couple of hotels, and then there are a couple of fast food restaurants like Arby's, KFC, McDonald's, Wendy's, I think. So those places will be right up here as well, and kind of close-ish to you guys. So I'm going back into color, so I'm not going to go all the way into town, so I'm going to be turning up here soon. But like I said, I hope this kind of helps in terms of getting a good idea of what to expect and how things look and what the drive would kind of be like going into Richmond Hill.